bit light.
Hello.
All right, what's up, guys?
Perfect.
Jack with BTV. I got the Sam Parker trio with me today. We're gonna be doing a little talking, a little chit chatting, a little beer drinking. Really excited to get it going. I'd like to introduce you. This is Sam Parker over here.
What up?
Leader of the trio.
How we do?
We got Isaac McIntyre, plays the bass in the middle.
Try to, yeah.
Yep. And then we got Trey Caldwell, T major producer, plays drums, and we're actually in his spot right now. Thanks for having me here to talk with you guys.
Thanks for having us here,
Of course.
Word.
No worries. Anytime, guys.
Anytime.
You guys, you just played me a new clip of a song you guys are working on. What's that one called?
Morning View, potentially.
Morning View. That song was fire, and you guys will get to
fire.
hear that soon enough.
Collab.
Recently, though, on January 24th, you put out, was it January 24th?
Date
23rd.
dropping on us, Jack?
He's got the dates
Okay.
down.
January
push and
24th.
pull.
Hold on, is that 23rd though?
Released.
At midnight, probably.
Oh, okay.
24th.
Okay.
Let's go with 24th.
So they put out a new song called Push and
24
Pull.
sounds nice.
And Push and Pull.
I thought we were talking about something else.
Push and Pull came out on January 24th, and I think it was somewhat of a departure from the original first
sure.
album that you
With
guys
the
put
EP,
out.
yeah.
For sure.
But it was still very much you guys, and I appreciated it a lot. And was there like a conscious effort to kind of change your sound, or did it kind of come organically?
So, from my perspective, the EP was kind of like 4 tracks that like we just wanted to get material out. And each of the tracks were kind of a little bit different vein. We had Shot Me Down, which is a little bit more bluesy, old school stuff. And then, Too Long was more of like a ballad. And I think the most like radio friendly song was Just a Man. But like, I don't even know what style that is still.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So we're talking about his
The
EP, Fall and
called
Rise.
Fall and Rise. And Fall and Rise, I think, was the most like
Call it alternative.
but like the most like sound, or the most song. I can't speak apparently. What is?
I think it sounded. Yeah, this is actually 35% beer.
Fall and Rise is like the most us, or at least in
Yeah.
my mind, what
Yeah.
our
And that's in my
genre
mind
would be.
too.
I would say
Definitely-
it was the
definitely-
most raw, like, creation.
Was that the
versus
first song you
trying
guys
to
came
go
up
for
with?
Something.
No, I actually wrote that song because my car got broken into. So the
Right.
lyric,
You actually
if
had
you're
a
gonna
bunch of
take it all,
stuff stolen.
leave a little left for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that song came out of nowhere, and I was just like,
No, it
Word.
makes sense. Yeah, if
they
you take
left.
it all,
They
leave a
left
little
my
left for me.
my pedal like power supply, but took all the pedals and guitar.
Just
So,
enough.
Just a little
just
bit.
like-
You can take it all. Just
Take leave the cheapest part of the rig.
and they left 3 of the adapters, not all 4.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well, they
love
left
it.
a little bit for you.
Whoever you are, good move.
Yeah, good on you.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I was wearing flip-flops on that.
that was a fun night.
We just started running around trying to find who broke into the car, and we did not find them.
Yeah, that might not happen, to be honest.
No one's just gonna walk the street with.
I had someone break into my car, and man, I do understand. Leave a little something because I had a weed grinder in the trunk of my car. They even took that. And I was like, bro, like,
Man,
at least
I've
let
been
me deal with
storing
what
I feel
you
like,
just did.
I feel like that means they don't smoke though, right? Because if you smoke,
They'd be like,
they'd be like, okay, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
They probably
to
just
it.
didn't know what
sense.
it
That
was,
makes
but yeah. And did you produce that whole thing? Was everything recorded here?
Yes, everything was recorded right here.
In the new one too, even?
Yes.
Yeah.
Push and pull.
How'd you get in
and the
touch
whole-
with Jovi?
Jovi?
Who had that?
boy
Jovi
Sam.
sang. Jovi is a female singer,
Jovi,
and she
shout
hopped on
out.
that.
She's amazing.
Shout out
Uh,
Joey.
lovely.
That's all I
Can you
can
talk to me
say.
about how you met her and how you guys linked up for that? Because she's got a pretty good social
Yeah,
media following, which is
definitely.
really cool.
yeah, she's. I think she's based out of LA now. But
She is.
I met her through a mutual friend. Said mutual friend was like, hey, they contacted me and they're like, I have a friend who's like looking for someone to play guitar at a wedding. She just wants to sing. And then I was like, word, like hit her up and like kind of like saw like some of her like singing videos and whatnot. And I was like, definitely down to like, collaborate.
Yeah.
Cause then maybe one day we could collaborate and do a song.
I'll give
And
you
sure
something,
enough,
maybe
yeah.
you'll give me something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, so like did the wedding and then we wrote a couple songs like prior to Push and Pull, a little bit more like raw acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
And then Push and Pull came about. And what's cool is what I see in my mind is like a feature on a song allows us to really do any genre we want. Like, again, the EP was kind of, different like aspects of what we kind of can do.
But it
at
still had a
least in the
focused
moment.
sound, but
Sure.
it's very different from
Fair
Push and
enough.
Pull.
But yeah, Push and Pull kind of gave us the freedom to be like,
We do this.
let's make a song that sounds like it could be like in a movie or something.
It was
Yeah.
very
Like, yeah.
cinematic. That was my
Super,
next
like,
question.
epic,
Was
man.
was there
Right? A
was there a
little bit.
movie in your mind playing while you were doing that?
Not
Kind of
yet.
seems like some sort
Not
of
yet.
Not
No,
yet.
I will tell you
Sort
though
of
that I
movie.
watched I was watching something on YouTube and I thought the intro was Push and Pull. Is the intro of,
cinematic kind of a
yeah,
thing.
whatever it was like a short clip of something and there's a music in the background and it sounded like my brain thought it was Push and Pull for a second.
Yeah, about a minute in, it drops in out of nowhere, and when the beat kicks in, it hits, man. Like
I think the last,
if you
like,
need, if you're
40
gonna listen to
seconds,
it,
the more drum fills, I'm just like,
And it builds,
There's
right?
like a fight scene that's happening.
Yeah.
It's in slow motion.
Yeah.
For some
I see a
reason.
lot of
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah.
I don't know. It reminded me of like The Weeknd.
storm.
Like I've seen a movie.
Yeah.
A lot about The
Not. It
Weeknd,
doesn't
kind
remind me
of,
of The Weeknd, but it reminds me of. There's a movie and his songs in it, and I could see that song being in that place. in the future.
yeah. Isaac, do you want to talk a little bit about how you met
a
Sam
great
and what joining the Sam Parker Trio was kind of like for you?
Yeah.
I
That.
haven't heard this
Okay.
aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I after high school I moved down to California, and was playing music down there. I worked at a church, but
Where in California were you?
I was in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
And I was one of two interns, quote unquote, and we got to stay at the church, so they had all the music stuff, and I like dabbled on stuff, but now I'm stuck. If like right outside, far enough outside, I'm not 21, so I can't do anything. So I have all these musical instruments, so I start really getting into that and trying to learn as much as I can. End up moving back home, and I am playing with this guy, and he's like, "You should meet." So actually, shout out Clyde Villain.
I played with Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde, fantastic voice.
Clyde's voice is pretty incredible. If you
it's
don't know Clyde Villain, check out Clyde.
you should
Villain.
look up his stuff. He's
in LA
fantastic.
now, right?
He's here, but he's both.
Like
Yeah.
John Legend and Bruno Mars had a love.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and like Marvin Gaye somehow.
Yeah,
like,
if you ever get the
Old
chance,
school
go see
vibes.
him.
and
I
Aretha
was
Franklin.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Just,
yeah,
like, sprinkled
just
in.
And
little bit.
with a little
Marvin
bit of
Gaye,
with a lot of Amy
Marvin
Winehouse.
Gaye,
Winehouse.
Amy
Yeah.
Winehouse,
Clyde
yeah,
Villain.
it's-
Check out Clyde Villain. Anyway, so Clyde Villain.
If you're big on
introduced you.
vocalists, yeah, it's fantastic. We used to go to open mics, and I ran into one. And Sam was playing on a 1959, right? Chicago blues guitar.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
met
that
him,
was
and then we ended up playing at Real Art in Tacoma. That's a music venue in Tacoma, Washington.
A great venue. Shout out Volunteer Run.
Huge for local artists.
Shout out
they
Real
push,
Art for
yeah,
sure.
shout out Real Art. They push people through AA Realm. And I met him there, and then man, I actually don't remember what happened, but I think you hit me up at some point, and it was at the same time where Clyde and I were no longer playing together, and then I just kind of merged in with what was our previous project, which
Yeah.
was called Rain Delay.
Rain Delay. Yeah, Rain Delay was something that I started with a coworker of mine, and it was just kind of like a duo thing. And then I was like, man, I got a homie that plays drums. And then after that, I was like, I have a homie who like has killer harmonies and plays guitar too.
Are you talking about Evan?
Yeah,
Is it Evan?
so
Cold
Evan or
Boulder now.
Cold Boulder.
Cold Boulder,
shout
look
out.
up his stuff too. He's
And Bryce
fantastic.
Harris.
Looks like he's
amazing drummer.
he's off to a good start with Cold Boulder project.
Yeah, he's killing
isn't
it.
he?
Yeah.
Cold Boulder on Instagram.
So then the initial homie, Danny, who I started the project with, kind of moved away, like work related, and I was like, well, shoot, I know a buddy who plays bass. I was like, hey man, if you got time, you can jam and whatnot, and then it kind of just escalated from there. And then a new project formed because that's kind of when I started focusing more on music rather than just kind of a hobby.
Yeah. And were you playing in Rain Delay too?
I was not.
No.
I was no
No,
part.
this is later in the story.
We met this
Yeah.
dude last New
Let's
Year's
get into
Eve.
that. How did
Yeah.
I want to hear
Uh,
from his perspective how
yeah.
he got in because he's
Yeah,
he's got a
yeah.
little more to say about what before what you were
Well,
doing before.
I met Sam officially at a New Year's party.
Yeah.
Was it musical related? Were you guys both playing?
No, it was just
ran into
literally
friends?
random.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was there. Isaac
And Peter
there.
was there too. Shout out Peter
Peter
Gray.
Gray,
was there
Jack
too.
Lando,
Peter
check him
Gray.
out as well.
Jack Lando.
All the shout outs.
You
I
guys
just
are
saw
welcome.
your
Yeah.
IGTV video. That was dope.
That was
Fantastic jazz guitarist. Or jazz pianist.
Dude,
wonderful.
Peter, you had me dead when you were talking, man. That was so funny.
Peter Gray?
going to be a tasteful treat for you.
You're talking Peter on the Peter
yeah,
on keys.
on the keys.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
But anyways, so that's how I met Sam. I hadn't seen Isaac in like years.
We went to high school together.
We did go to high school.
Um,
Yeah.
Go Rams.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's how I met Sam. Then I hear that Sam's got like a little solo gig at the Elks Club. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go because I like Sam. He's got a good voice. He's got talent. I was
He
like,
saw
okay,
potential.
maybe I should.
thought he was
maybe I
little
should go
pitchy
show
dog.
this.
Little pitchy
Those
dog.
eyes.
And like I'm a producer, so I'm like, all right, I gotta go see this guy so I can like work with him.
Yeah, it was kind of a networking,
you
kind
know.
of thing.
And then Isaac came to that too, and then afterward, we're like, all right, well, let's just go jam. Let's go to Isaac's house and jam, and we all jammed, and we just like clicked, like
right away, you guys kind of knew.
yeah. So
Clean
that's
chemistry. Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
your guys' first gig as this trio? Do you
We played
remember?
on the Ruston Way waterfront on June 2nd.
That's dope.
June 2nd,
I
wow.
remember that because everything's happened. So it hasn't even been a year.
Yeah,
We've been together. I
It's
remember.
Sierra's birthday. Shout out June 2nd. Anyways, keep going.
It was around that time. But we've done more than I've ever done, at least with a project as far as traveling and playing
You
different
guys have
places.
done quite a bit of touring.
Yeah, we've
tried,
been
man. It's
we've
been
been
a trip.
we've managed to get around.
As a friend, I'm also a fan of the music, but it is really good to see you guys have down to San Francisco. You
Yeah.
guys play in Spokane.
San Fran's our second home, man.
San Fran's
real.
the other
Fran-
two.
Shout out James.
Shout out James, baby.
James Padilla, he's
it's
Instagram list
Paddle.
and Twitter
James
list.
I know
Paddle.
it's hard to shout him out, but
That just makes him all the more elusive and
Dude,
kinda
he's
mysterious.
that guy.
It's like,
But then once you meet
He's a
him,
cool
it's like,
dude. Yeah.
he's a
I
god.
met him
amongst
backstage
men.
at the Alma Mater
God
show.
amongst
which,
men.
shout out Harley
Chef.
for putting on that show at Alma
Shout out
Mater.
Harley.
That was a really good time.
Harley and Novel
was
Nature
tight.
did great
Yeah,
too.
Novel
really like
Nature-
their visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played just we borrowed all of Trey's stuff. No, we borrowed his dad had a generator and he let us use it. Thank you, shout out.
That's what you took on the road with you?
Yes. No, that's what we took and we played just on the waterfront. It was like I'm going to say 85 degrees outside, which is that's hot up here, especially on the water. And we're just out there and we just played every single thing we ever knew. Trey forgot his drumsticks. And so we had to hop over a construction fence and find twigs.
We found
And
sticks.
also,
it lasted for 3 hours. Actually, I still have them.
yeah,
You
he
still
still
have
we
that? They're like-
we framed
They
them.
turned into like hot rods.
We've
They're tiny little hot rods. Oh my
we framed them, but it's also shout out to Trey because Sam and I had at that point been playing for a year together. So like once you start playing with someone, you could probably attest to this. There's a vibe you get where it's like if you're going somewhere, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trey
100%.
didn't like have that like we just started playing type of thing.
first time
And then but he played 3 hours like
On twigs.
on twigs mistakeless, you know.
So this was kind of like a like impromptu kind of a thing.
So basically, what happened was we had a videographer here,
We went there for
Daniel
a
Lee,
reason.
and so we got some footage, which was dope. And then basically, we just showed up to play, and like we didn't know what was gonna happen, and we thought we were gonna get shut down like immediately by the cops.
which did happen, right?
Which did well the cop came and just looked at us.
It was
and,
the coolest experience. Yeah, the
uh,
cop, because we're like down below like the steps, right, of like Point
Okay.
Ruston.
Yeah.
And the cop comes up, kind of goes like this, and he kind of like looks and like people are just having a great time. Like people kind of migrated to us, and he goes. And just turns around and walks away.
That is rare. If you are from the Tacoma area and you know Ruston police, you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that
Oh,
does
yeah. It was
not happen.
crazy.
They will
Yeah.
give
But, like-
you any trouble that they can give you.
We got
They don't have
lucky.
anything to do with Ruston's a small town.
It's a
It
very
was a nice
small-
summer day, and just
Tacoma's
like
decent.
so many people,
People
just
were enjoying
freaking
People were vibing.
So, Sam, how old were you when you kind of first started writing for this project specifically, outside of just Sam Parker, but specifically Sam Parker Trio? When did
So, like,
was
when
that written all together, or did you have those songs coming into that first E EP?
Nice. That's a solid question. I had Too Long previously written.
Yeah.
That was just like a little acoustic jam I had.
You were using a looper back then, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big loop guy.
Big loop guy.
just dope.
Yeah, no, it's a blast, but it's also one like the feeling you get playing with like people and like the energy that you like
Yeah.
bounce off each other. It's just
So you kind of brought the
drastically better.
first half of it, and these guys helped you fill in the rest.
Yeah, I'd
Sam
say
writes all the songs
Yeah.
as of now.
Yeah.
Basically, Trey and I are instrumentalists as far as the writing goes. He can pump out I'm gonna gas you up real quick if you don't mind. Sam Parker has never stopped being Sam Parker, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you were asking
outside of
about
the trio, but I was wondering if he wrote specifically to have like, oh, this would be, I'm gonna save this for me in acoustic, and this would be more of like the band
that's
side.
actually
That's
better
what
I like
question
I like
almost.
to have songs that don't only have like one version. Like I want to take an acoustic song and see what we can do full band, or vice versa, where like a song like that we haven't released yet, but it's called "She Got Fired." It's like that's a band song, but like sounds pretty cool with the loop too. So it's like, depending on the gig,
Definitely.
and like if I'm just like kind of feeling like I want to play that song,
Yeah. How hard do you want to work?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have like a strip version of something, and then like a full production.
What was your first guitar?
First guitar was I still have it to this day, man. It's
Never get rid of it.
It's a Squire Bullet, but it's one of those. I've yet to see another guitar like this. I don't know if it was a certain year or something, but the strings don't come through the back, so everything's in the front, and it feels like an SG, where it's just like this light piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing, I like relicked myself, and it looks like.
Is that the white one?
Oh yeah,
that's the Squire
Sick.
Bullet. Wow, I
Yep.
never would have thought that was a Squire, to be honest.
Dude, threw
sounds really
some
good.
Seymour Duncans in there. Now I got 2 hot reels and a little vintage noiseless.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it's
No, that guitar
it's-
sounds good, and
she
it's got the
looks-
wave on the headstock, right?
Yeah,
If you know
Big
Sam,
wave
he's
guy.
about the wave. I'll
Big
tell you
wave
that.
guy.
much.
big wave guy.
Yeah, that's.
But do
sick.
you have? You got that? Is
He's
your
got the
tattoo
full
on?
sleeve
He's got
going
it
on.
permanently on.
If you
him.
don't,
She own
if
it.
you haven't seen Sam's full sleeve,
she's
come to a
sleeping.
show. First off, come to a show,
Yeah.
and then
Unless he's
ask if
wearing
you can
that-
see his cool ass
that-
tattoos, because the guy's got some cool
Hey,
tattoos.
Oh, insane.
Zoot
Yeah.
suit.
What was your first guitar or bass? Did you start on bass? Have you just always played bass?
I started with an acoustic guitar. Is that Ibanez? Yeah, it's a. I don't know the.
How old were you when you got it?
8th grade.
8th grade.
8th
That's
grade.
right. That's like right about the right time.
Yeah, it was
Need something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened again? I told you I worked at a church down in California. How I got started in music was through the church because my parents were. That's how I was just raised. I'm no longer affiliated, but that's how I was raised. And so the coolest thing about going to church was the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the best part about it. The people who had the most fun were the best dressed. The coolest people were the musicians. And also it's just like, this is, for me at least, the best part of like being there the whole time was when the music was playing. Because it's still like any other type of music. It makes you feel the certain type of way.
There's something about church gigs that are just it's very freeing as a musician.
Yeah, the
It's not
music-
always. There's definitely like some hardcore like fusiony.
Oh,
church
so
bands.
if you're playing gospel,
But if you're
it's
playing,
I was
like,
playing that
if you're
Hillsong
playing like
stuff.
Hillsong,
Yeah,
worship
that's
stuff,
where I was at.
well, it's very
more, yeah.
freeing
Very
because
nice.
Yeah.
it's not super hard to play,
It's not hard to play at all.
so you can really get into it.
So the position that was open was bass.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got I have a Fender. I got a 5-string jazz bass. Yeah, she had nice and lowered the action recently, which helped a lot. But she's fantastic.
And
Love
the
her to
impact.
death.
That's your baby, huh?
That's that thing. Yeah, it is now. It wasn't. I had to learn to love. I learned to love it in San Fran.
That's when you were like,
Actually,
this
so I
is
learned to
my-
love it playing with these guys because before I always used his. But yeah, that's how I got started. Started on a guitar, but naturally, all the guitarists were way better than me, as it usually is. And so they're like, "Hey, we need a bass player in rotation." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll play anything to like just play music." Is where I was at, and then that branched out into multiple opportunities that finally led.
That's
to-
love of music,
yeah.
man. That's love of music.
Just it's a weird thing though, because like I'm no longer like affiliated with any like church or religion but like I get that. Like the music, it
Yeah, you've seen it,
transcends.
and you know what the music will do.
The music transcends everything.
Yeah, especially the music part.
Yeah. As far as
Especially
for
the
me,
music.
it's like I could still go whether or not I agree with whatever's happening to anywhere, and the music is just so. I mean, like I hate to use this word, but like almost a spiritual experience.
It is.
Where it's not quantifiable. Like you can't understand why this makes you feel that way, and that's why I want to play music till the day. Like till the day.
Hear that, kids? You want to learn to love music?
Like, yeah, it's also
Church music.
therapy. And if you're in trouble, it's good therapy. Be a drummer if you're an angry person.
And Trey, did you
I'm not
start
an
in
angry
church
person.
too?
I know you're not.
Did you start playing in church? Because I know you do play.
Yes.
Do you still play Sundays every
I
Sunday?
do. Every Sunday, man.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What church are you playing at?
I'm at St. Vincent in Federal Way.
St. Vincent.
Yeah.
What was your kind of like first kind of gigging
My first one.
like church gig? How old were you?
I was like 7th grade, I think.
Wow.
Like the thing that was funny was you're not supposed to drum or like be in the group unless you're in high school. But like they were like,
This kid's got
just drum for
chops,
us.
bro. Kid has
So I was like, all right,
Put on
it was
this
like the coolest
mustache.
experience. of my life.
Yeah, it's like in the
My name is Trey.
the Benchwarmers movie. I'm a drummer. The
How long it
Benchwarmers
take you to
movie.
grow that?
I am
2 days.
12. And it's like that 30-year-old dude hands him like a 20. It's like
No,
I'm good.
I was mega quiet. I was just a drummer.
What kind of kit was your first kit?
It was a Ludwig, like $200 used kit with like terrible cymbals. Like
First cymbals I can't imagine are
no,
any
it was.
good.
I don't even know.
First
They
cymbals
were
are
just like
little
you hit
shrill.
it too hard, it'll probably crack or something.
Their
But
symbols are like first amp. You're just like,
yeah,
it puts out, but it don't.
You don't know any different.
Kind of wish I
At
had
that
them though,
point.
just so I could like use it, just make
Yeah.
weird ass sounds, like record them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm just kind of getting.
Sometimes
tired.
you need
Stack
that.
them.
I'm
that
getting tired of my customs. Like they just sound too like.
what kind of kit is
familiar.
that over there?
That's a Ludwig.
That's a Ludwig?
No,
Yeah.
it's an SP2.
And then I've also got
Yeah.
I have a Yamaha Maple custom kit as well. No one even fucking
Not a
cares,
big
but
deal.
whatever.
Not a big deal. I'm sure we'll get some drummers listening
Yeah.
for sure. That's really cool though.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I would love to watch a drummers podcast.
Yeah.
If you get all the
I'm gonna
lads
do
from
that.
BD.
So for those of you who are still listening, we got the BTV podcast. I wanted to do kind of an intro on some guys that I know pretty well. And if you know me, you know I hang out with these gets fairly often. I come to you guys' shows when I can, and
Backstage,
definitely like your
Homewater.
music. But I'm definitely looking to I got the guitar player one scheduled. I got a specifically gospel player one coming. Drum. I'm thinking the BTV drum circle episode would be real
That'd
cool.
be sick.
That'd be great.
Be a real good
Everyone's
would-
gonna
I would
nerd out
listen
on
to
their
that.
drumsticks and their
And,
drums and.
Everybody has a pad and just.
Dude, we can literally do that. Just
Yeah,
go
you
around,
could.
Like,
Yeah.
But the BTV podcast will grow and kind of have different focuses on every episode. But yeah, do you guys need some more beer? Is everybody good?
I might
Anybody
go
need
No,
more?
I
beer
just
run.
I've fidgeted because I can't see you and I'd like to.
I'm
Yeah.
in the way
And
too.
then
Yeah.
he just he,
All right, we're gonna
this.
take a break for just 1 second. We'll come back and have a few more questions, but beer run real quick.
Hello?
All right, we're back. We had a little run for more beer, a little bathroom break for
we have
the boys.
problems with
But
musicians.
I just wanted to ask: we're drinking some Kona Brewing Co. No free ads, but it is good, so
Yeah.
I'll talk about it.
Called the brown bottle. It's
pretty
pretty good.
I'm drinking the Longboard. We had kind of a sample pack here, but I'm definitely a big fan of Kona. You actually brought Kona of your own, but I was wondering what other kind of beers you guys like. What's your favorite beer, Sam?
Sierra Nevada, a little hazy or hazy little thing. Shout out.
Shout out to Sierra Nevada. Sierra Nevada's
That's
good.
just like the classic, can. But if we're talking bottle, Lagunitas, little something.
Lagunitas. is-
I'm pretty
I
sure that's how
like-
you pronounce it too.
You
Little
ever just
something.
kicked it there? Have you ever been to like
Yeah,
this brewery?
on our way
we-
back
yeah.
to
Cool
San
spot,
Fran,
right?
Dude, they
Dude,
have
it
like
was
an
tight.
amphitheater in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I saw Ariel Posen play there. Do you know Ariel Posen?
I
we
don't,
played there
but that
too, man.
sounds
Did you?
fantastic.
No.
We tried.
We
We
were
walked
going-
in with all our stuff. We were leaving San Fran on the way
We were-
home.
Yeah.
And we had I mean
Trying
we
to just set up and be like, hey. It works
We
sometimes.
walked in with all our gear and
we were pretty
everything.
much dead at that point.
No,
It
we
was
did
funny.
not do that.
What's your go-to beer, Isaac?
Depends on the situation. I am drinking Heineken right now. That is not who I am. I need to let everyone know that. I was just I knew I was gonna be talking, so I wanted to be literate.
You don't like Heine?
I get no. I mean, it's I'm cruising,
I like
right?
me some
I
Heinies.
was fortunate enough to have a couple brews at my place of employment prior to leaving. So yeah, so I
Cruising. You're cruising.
this is
Go to the second coast.
I'm coasting. It's what we call coasting out here. I would say though, off tap, man, I like a hoppy IPA one, and then I like to finish with some.
That's a good brand. It's a good brand.
Good brand, yeah.
nice
I don't
hoppy
have it. I
IPA.
don't have a
Space
brand.
Dust?
Oh, that's cool. I definitely.
Oh,
check
okay.
it out.
Actually, you know
So
what?
I was
Space
gonna-
Dust.
I was gonna say
Space Dust.
Space Dust.
Yeah,
is
that's good
Space
stuff.
Dust is
the
my
perfect beer.
favorite. I picked up a tall boy yesterday, and one tall boy of Space Dust
And
will
not
put
sober.
you in space.
Yeah.
It's like
Well
9% plus. It might be over 9%.
It's crazy.
It's a great
It's-
beer though.
it's up
Shout
there,
out
man.
Elysian Brewery,
Yeah.
Seattle.
I heard someone
go
talking
out
about
there.
them that was from New York. Actually, on a different
Elysian?
podcast, and I was like, but they said Elysian. I was like, oh, that's cute, guys.
It's from here, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
It's
not-
from here. I'm
like,
pretty sure it's from
100%
here. So,
sure.
oh, that's where I was at. I was like, so they're pushing weight.
Yeah, they
Get a sixer.
very big.
Get yourself a lid. Each drink 3. Cruising.
Oh,
Lady-
you're
a lady,
three
ladies.
space
Whole night
dust.
you gone. That's all you need.
All you need is a sixer of Elysian
Yeah.
of that space dust.
You like their men's room, Red? You guys listen to the men's
do.
room ever?
No.
No.
The men's room is on 99.9. It's like a talk show.
Okay.
It's
Locked
funny,
in.
dude. It's really funny. They play some game shows and stuff, but it's just if you're in your car and if you're not in
My brother's
2020
into
and
that,
you
yeah.
don't have a phone that does music and you need radio, 99.9 during the day. They got the men's room. But their beer
I
is
don't know how you do that,
one,
bro.
one
Like-
of my favorites from
I have
them.
one CD.
What,
Elysian has yet
what about
to
you?
fill.
Never mind. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, good one. Good
What
one.
kind of LaCroix do you like?
I like all kinds of LaCroix except for everyone's gonna hate me for
Lemon's
this, but
the
I don't
best.
like the coconut one. I'm off.
You
that.
know
I'm
what?
not a
I'm
coconut
off
guy
the
either.
coconut guy.
Okay,
too.
good.
Exactly.
Big
See,
grape
Why we
fruit.
play
I like
music
grapes.
together
I
is
think
we
the
all
coconut.
established.
I think the
Coconut's just a no.
Coconut LaCroix was.
It's like
kind of-
chapstick?
Just stop.
It tastes
does.
like chapstick, smells, and it.
Do you like
feels-
coconut on anything?
No.
Feels like
like
like it passed through a room where some coconuts were
But,
in on a
yeah.
cart, and they just like kind of drive it past
Sorry,
us.
we're just passing through.
We don't want to flavor
Give me a
it.
second.
We don't want to flavor it. We just want
If
the
I'm gonna
essence.
do that, I would rather just have like coconut water.
Does anyone like coconut on anything?
I hate it.
thoroughly
Not a
enjoy
big fan.
coconut.
You,
I'm a
have you ever
big
been to a
coconut
party
guy.
and they have coconut cake and you're like,
Yes.
well,
I'm like,
thank
why
you for
the
inviting
hell?
me to this
And then I
show
eat a piece of
called
coconut.
party.
Dude,
That or
It's
carrot
awful.
cake? Like, no thanks.
I was
I'll eat
talking
an
to someone
almond
about
joy.
coconut rum today, and coconut rum I do not do.
Dude, I
Sounds like
tried
a-
that shit. It's nasty.
Sounds like a
Speaking of
hangover.
rum, do you guys do like a shot before you guys go on stage, or like do you guys ever do you
yes.
liquor up before you go on, or you guys go play sober?
Depends on
Depends.
the venue.
Depends on what we're playing.
Definitely
sure.
depends
I'd
on the
drive
venue.
it, though.
versus like
No.
venue versus bar gig.
I drink both ways. It's just it depends on what I'm drinking.
Yeah,
Or if I'm
And
smoking.
how
Usually I like
much?
yeah.
usually I don't I won't smoke before a gig because I'm like over analytical, but if I need to play less, I've noticed that when I drink I play more and when I smoke I play less.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, so
Kids.
if you
Right.
want
All
to
the
be,
kids
yeah,
out
if you
there.
want to
Keep yourself in the right spot.
If you want to
Know
be in a
your-
pocket, if you want to be in a pocket as a bass player, and you're of age or whatever, I would recommend weed because then I'm
Or
not
just
even
like nothing.
not even joking.
It's gonna calm your nerves.
I haven't tried nothing yet.
Try sober first.
Yeah, try that
try
one.
sober first.
So yeah,
Go to church.
I'll agree.
Natural high.
Personally, when I play certain gigs, and I need a little more energy or whatever, drinking's cool. If I'm a real laid back, it's weed. But I don't ever really mix on stage for sure.
You shouldn't.
No.
And I get
Well, I've done
skinny,
everything on stage. I
Okay.
think.
I get skinny. Don't throw them under the bus here.
Just me though.
I've done it
It's-
all. A show like alma mater though, like
Alma mater. I had
we had like
I had
2 shots of
tequila.
tequilas,
I had
and
tequila
that was like
before
too
Was
much
that
almost.
Was that?
I don't remember.
Did you guys have a tequila sponsor for that? Was
No,
that
it
Papa
was
Wingers?
it was
That
Alma Mater was our tequila sponsor or whatever
Yeah.
they were serving.
Alma Mater is a venue in
People
Tacoma.
bought
It's
a lot
a
of
it's a really
drinks.
cool space.
It's a
and they do
fantastic
some pretty
spot.
cool shows.
Was it? It's called Fawcett Hall at Alma Mater.
is
right?
Fawcett
It is
Hall.
It's a
Fawcett Hall.
conglomerate of different businesses, and they're all
They're all
great.
amazing.
And they have
Um,
Mothership Studios upstairs, which
yeah.
is I hear really good things about.
Shout out.
Local, got to support.
Local Tacoma businesses, we are.
I
big
will say
fans of.
before shows, man, it's kind of a trip because I have to sing too. So carbonation's kind of a
You
something
stay
to
away
keep
from
in
it?
mind. I mean, I'll crush some brews
No.
before, but
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't. I've never heard
but he
you.
knows that
I've
he
never
should.
heard of you like, oh, I can't drink this beer.
No, my throat. My throat.
I can't really-
I do, but I go like this. I'm singing. I'll be like,
I have seen us.
little burps every
I've
once
seen
in
a
a
couple
while.
of those.
sometimes.
We all burp, man. We all burp.
If I know I need
We all
to
burp.
potentially not burp on stage,
Liquor.
gin and tonics
Gin
or
and
gin and
tons, man.
tonics, or I'll just do some whiskey on the rocks. So that's
What was
a
the first
cruiser.
one you said? Gin and Tannerine?
That's
That's
a gin
kinda-
and tonic.
That's kind of like
Gin and
It's
tonic.
a cool way to say that.
That is,
It is.
what some would say is a cool
You guys
way.
have
Kinda
your
how I
own
speak.
slang for sure.
It's how I
Sam
Sam
has
started
slang.
it.
Sam
he's got me
basically-
doing it. He'll be
Sam's
like,
got us all also a head at it.
Go check out Sam Parker's stuff if you haven't yet, because
Yes.
he's a cool cat and he says cool shit.
He'll be at the
Strange.
Tacoma Comedy Club soon, so go check
Yo,
that
what
out.
about
will.
dude,
Speaking of drinking, let's talk about something a little bit Canadian. And I know you're a big hockey fan. I
Go
know
Leafs,
You're,
go
a hockey-
Leafs.
You're a bit of a
Austin
hockey
Matthews.
guy.
Yeah,
Mitch
we'll
Marner.
plug it.
I played hockey for a long time. I can attest. It
You
is
want to
a
talk
great
about that? Have you
sport.
talked about that yet on a podcast?
I have not talked about
Well,
hockey
let's talk
before.
about that.
There's a
You telling
chance.
me about it. Well, I mean, Jack and I played multiple times, but you were saying you were playing. Tell us about your hockey career real quick, if you don't mind just
Dude,
taking
yeah.
a
We'll
tangent.
switch the tables of turn.
Little side note.
funny 'cause
I do
I
want
was
to
like,
hear where
dude.
you were going with the Canadian vibe.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not
well,
bad.
it will
Yeah.
roll into it.
I've transitioned from alcohol to hockey because they do go hand in hand. I
They do.
lived way up north in Canada, actually.
And he's from the north. That's what they call that triple
I'm
threat.
from here, but I ended up
Moved away, right?
moving around a lot. I played in a bunch of different spots playing hockey. I thought that was going to be my go-to until I found music. But yeah, it's there's definitely the drinking stigma goes with hockey. It's not as bad as maybe some people think, but I played hockey till I was 20. I'm 23 now. I played junior A, and I was looking at college deals and shit, but I didn't.
Where'd you play? You were telling me you were playing somewhere.
So I've played in the NOJHL, which is like the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey
Yeah.
League. There's like 12 leagues in Canada. I don't know of that age level.
Only
It
12?
was Junior A, so it was think like if the Thunderbirds players that get sent down, like that's where they all go is Junior A.
Yeah, but you were like what, 16 or something?
So yeah, I moved away. Very
You
first time I
weren't an
moved away, I was
adult?
15, and I moved from here to Colorado. And thankfully, I was able to live with my grandpa.
Was
And
this for hockey?
This was just for hockey.
So
yeah.
you moved for hockey.
Yeah, I was.
So that means-
I was
yeah.
really competitive. If it wasn't for injuries, I'd still be playing. But 11 surgeries or something. I don't
Yeah, how
know.
many bones?
How many bones?
Tell
Man,
the
I
people.
shattered my entire face. Like this was
Fucking
this was a
puck
bunch
hit
of
you.
different
Orbital?
cracks. Yeah,
you look
so,
good, buddy.
You look
I
didn't
fantastic.
even know.
for-
So it actually like just
Didn't
like
tell.
sucks itself back out and heals. It was crazy considering how many. There was like 4 or 5 different spots that it broke. But man, both knees, both shoulders. I've had this shoulder done twice. My hip. Hockey's a rough sport. I know many people who get through scot-free, no injuries, and they go on to have
You
long
you
time.
probably know
But
just as many
there's a
people.
couple players in the
No Les
NHL
Pauls
that
for
I've
you,
played
huh?
with. Yeah,
Little
no Les
heavy.
Pauls,
Little
no
heavy
heavy
on the
guitars for me.
shoulders.
No.
Definitely a Strat Telly guy. Kyler Yamamoto is playing for Edmonton right now, and I played with him a while ago. He's playing with Connor McDavid, which is just crazy to see a guy you know playing with the world's best hockey player. And then Dylan Gambrell's actually in San Jose, and we played together not as much as with Kyler, but to see him go on from playing at Denver University to playing for San Jose, it's just been really crazy because there's the local kids that I know that grew up to go on and play. They're playing on the national stage, which is just crazy. But I'm definitely a big hockey guy. You're a Thunderbird fan. You were just there.
Thunderbirds, yep. Just went to see a game.
Thunderbirds. If you haven't been to see a Thunderbird game, it's a really fun time. They play at
Great
the
time.
Showare Center in Kent.
Great
and
venue.
it's a great venue.
Great venue for anything.
Great spot.
Honestly.
But yeah, we should go to
man.
a game sometime for
Definitely.
sure.
I'm
I'll,
hyped for once Seattle gets their
so Seattle's
yeah.
getting
the
an NHL
Krakens.
team.
The
Or whatever
Kraken.
it may be.
Unofficially, I
Tangent.
believe.
Did you guys watch the XFL game?
I did see it. I was in
Yeah.
a bar, believe it or
A
not.
little rough. A little rough.
I've never been to a bar before. Just
The
like-
Dragons, the jerseys are rough. I think I'm gonna have to stick with the Seahawks. Unfortunately,
I'm happy that there's another place for these pro players to play though, and
Facts.
that's
have their
where I
moment,
was at.
these
'cause they
guys
were-
are
yeah.
pro football players. These
Yeah.
are not no joke football
Well,
players.
if you watch like it was like played here, and there. It's like they've played pro.
there's NFL
Yeah.
players who
Every single one
get
of them
cut
have
their
or
prime.
they
We're
won't-
recovering from injuries and stuff like that. So I was
XFL 's
happy
good.
about
It's
that.
still good football. I mean, they sold out
There's some
whatever
hits.
stadium they were in. Like it was.
So what I'm wondering
not-
though is, what's pay like for them? Is it like playing for the Rainiers where you're getting, food?
It's probably
covered
more-
and
it's
maybe
probably-
getting,
I
like, a
guarantee you
grand?
It's
that
more
it's-
than Rainiers, but
Those
not.
minor league
it is-
contracts
you
are
have to
whack
work-
compared to major league.
I
You
mean,
have to
we can
work
pull this
another
up. We
job,
have the Google
probably.
box in our pockets.
box.
XFL
See,
average.
what we need to have is a guy over there.
Jamie.
Well, you gotta
Here's-
think. Here's
They usually have
Can
that.
you please
Can you pull
look
that
this up, please? Oh, really? Wow.
So,
This is a road or some shit?
so their average salary is $55K, which is good money. If you're
That's
considering,
I would do that.
Considering that they play one time a week,
say
or
what?
I'm guessing there, $55K is the average
That'll do it.
salary.
Here's where I'm at with that average. So I feel like that there's like people like the kicker who's not as versatile anymore in that game because of like whatever the rules are.
Some of
You
the rule
don't. There's no.
changes, yeah.
There's no field goals or anything like that.
There's field
I
goals,
bet
but
you
not
there's
extra
guys
points.
getting 15,000, and then there's guys like
Exactly,
a
there's-
good quarterbacks getting
Weird what
100.
average means. Right?
I mean, I
Yeah,
know,
but
I know
the
for
average.
everybody,
The
math
average
is
just
hard.
means if you
math is hard.
if you add everyone up and divide it by whatever, then you get that. But like you could get 3 guys making 100K and 20 making 15 and that's
Exactly.
the average.
Average.
Math is hard.
Exactly.
Mean, some would say.
it all,
mean.
it all matters.
Yeah.
On that note, I was just, you guys got any gigs coming up in the next couple weeks here? Do you guys have any local gigs coming?
February's, we're kind of cruising right now. We're actually
Yeah,
trying to.
You guys
We're,
were busy for a while, so it
March
makes
is
sense.
filling up real quick.
March is
We're going to be in Boise and then Spanish Ballroom and High Dive. Like, March is looking real nice.
Spanish Ballroom, if you're in Tacoma, that's a really, really cool
23rd.
venue.
Yeah,
23rd
it's at
vouch
the
for.
McMinimans Elk Temple or whatever it's called, right on. Oh boy,
Broadway?
Broadway, yeah, Broadway and or
Broadway.
Pacath.
Like, yeah, exactly.
It's,
right on the
Pacific
freeway.
turns into
easy
Broadway.
access.
It's in downtown Tacoma. It's a really cool venue. It's at a
McMinimans.
McMinimans.
How about that? Everyone knows.
I think
what
the
that
venue
is.
cap
Yeah,
is
there's like
something like
6.
650 to 700 It's a really cool spot. So if you guys are available, check it out. You guys can check out their Instagram is Sam Parker Trio, all one word.
Yep.
He's also got Sam Parker Music, Isaac Mag 253.
Yeah, Isaac Mac.
That's right.
Isaac Mag 253 on Instagram.
Someone did his research.
We got T Major Producer, and I want to say thank you to you for having us here and helping us out with everything that's getting started. Thank you to all you guys one more time.
Yeah, appreciate
My name's
you, man.
Jack Spear, host of BTV Podcast and the BTV Jams, which will be coming. We have the next one on February 21st.
The next one right here.
Right here,
Fucking
T Major
dope.
Studios, and
Fucking
yeah, we
hyped.
look forward to getting more content rolled out for you guys. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Sam Parker Trio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, y'all.
See you guys.
Have a good one.
Boom.
Dose.